New England leads it, will receive the second half kick. And let's take a look at the points of protection presented by Allstate. 14 different receivers combined in this game. No sacks. Third down conversions, almost automatic. We have one punt in the first half, Phil.
Yeah, you go in at halftime, and both coaches looked at their teams. They go, offense, you're doing great. Now, defense, what can you do to fix or to help both defenses?
Comes to Tate at the 9. Tries to cut outside, still on his feet, then stumbles at the 26. So, well, one time it looked like the way Brady was marching up and down the field, and up 14 on a couple of occasions. Might be a big Patriot day, but Manning, he came right back himself and took the Colts down the field.
I think you said it all. It's about protecting the quarterback. Both teams have done it very well. And when these two quarterbacks, when you say the word great, it does apply to them. When they get time, they're going to be extremely accurate throwing the football down the field. Not only you're accurate, Jim, but your decision making, it's always going to be correct.
So the Patriots come out at the 27-yard line. So Chip Vaughn helped off the field for Indianapolis. A little toss to Welker. Good for 8. Manning 19 of 26. Touchdown pass to Robinson. Touchdown pass to Wayne. Brady, meanwhile, only 2 misfires. Touchdown throws to Welker and to Hernandez.
You know, we had a chance last night to talk to Antoine Bethea, the safety for the Indianapolis Colts. He said when they spread their offense out, we know it's going to be a quick pass, so we should have tighter coverage.
Wayne Ellis steps up and over one player on the field, and that move makes it a 2-yard gain and good for the first. So first 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, perfect on third down. How about that? Not a penalty in the first half, not a sack allowed, not a giveaway.
Tremendous game plan, good execution. The 2 tackles, we haven't talked much about them so far. Matt Light on one side and Sebastian Vollmer on the other. They have handled Dwight Freeney and Mathis.
Look out, here comes Freeney, just right on cue to get the sack. He spun around Matt Light.
That's right. And you hear it talked about all the time, coming from the left. He got into Matt Light's body, and once Dwight Freeney does that, right away he's going for the spin. See, he's not worried about staying outside, keeping containment. Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, their job is to always go towards the quarterback.
7th sack of the year for Freeney, number 91 all-time in that category at the Colts. Woodhead out to the 37.
Well, Dwight Freeney in the first half with a lot of different ways to block him. Have the tight end in his way, double teaming. That time it was the tight end, Algie Crumpler. And of course, probably the best way is to have your quarterback get rid of the football quick, keep him off balance. I think that's what the Patriots did very well in the first half.
It's been interesting this season. When Freeney gets one, Mathis usually is right behind him. That happened again last week against Cincinnati. 3rd and 10. That's the first time Brady's been decked, and 89 pass plays. Quick throw, Branch, well short of the first. That one good for 3 yards.
Well, there's no question. You talk about this Colts football team. A couple words that people just don't say enough of. One thing, they're tough. And that's been proven many times. We just think of a Peyton Manning. And the other thing is they are battle-tested. They play for the full 60 minutes every week.
Zoltan Mesko gets to punt for the first time in this game. To the 15 to James with the flag down. And Patrick Chung rides out of bounds with him at the 17. That's a 44-yard boot.
During the kick, holding number 38 of the kicking team. Penalty is half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick. Correction, the holding is on the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down, Indianapolis. Timeout.
I'm going to say half the distance to the goal will be about a 40-yard penalty. But it's going against the Colts. Down 7. Austin Collie done for the day. Still after effects from that concussion. Bounced around in that first half. Had to go through a lot of tests to be allowed to step back onto the field today. Passed them. But he was shaken up on the very first series of the game when he caught 3 balls. First down from the 8 with Donald Brown. Cunningham comes back to hold him to a yard.
I think listening to the studio at halftime, they were talking about the Colts, that they got to at least try to run the football. I think they are. And I think, like I said, I think some of their screens, that's their way of trying to run the football outside too. But Peyton Manning knew that it was going to be extremely tough to run against this front 7 of the New England Patriots.
2nd and 9. Out of the backfield to Brown. 1 yard shy of the first. How, when you were fighting a little laryngitis as a quarterback, how did you call the signals? I'm sure there had to be a few occasions.
No, I don't remember ever losing it.
So you just saved it for us.
Yeah, I did it for you. That's right.
We appreciate you hanging in there. Listed as questionable coming in.
It's still very questionable.
We worked him out before the game. Went through some verbal calisthenics. He passed. 3rd and 1. Try to get it with Brown. He's got it. Gain of 2. Still plays out for a while. Gain of 3, actually. The new NFL.com mobile apps. You can stay in the game no matter where you are this holiday season. Go to NFL.com/mobile and download the apps today. Now, this drive started back inside the 10. It's happened taking away 1 kneel down as you see Vaughn being taken to the locker room 6 times this year. Manning started inside his own 10. 4 of the 6 times he drove down the field for scores. 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. New set of downs from the 19, and that's Donald Brown for 4.
I think, too, the confidence the Colts have in Donald Brown, they're gaining it. He's getting these extra repetitions in the games, in practice. And I think what the other thing is, Peyton Manning said it right. He's getting much better in the pass game, knowing who to block, but maybe more importantly, which we saw the play before, is catching the football and doing those little things to keep drives going.
Peyton today is 202nd consecutive start since day 1 back in '98 without a miss. He's only missed 1 snap due to injury in his career. That's Tammy, and he bounces around, makes the move to pick up the first.
As this game goes along, Peyton Manning's getting more space, nobody around him. His whole career, one of his trademarks, he can make a decision, he can get it out of his hand.
Jim Caldwell in his first matchup as a head coach, they're going to measure for the first. Last year against the Patriots, first matchup against the Patriots, he saw his team score 2 touchdowns in the last 2.5 minutes to win that thriller 35-34 back in Indianapolis last November.
I think the other thing about Jim Caldwell, he really likes what his football team is doing. He goes, we are handling the adversity of our injuries and the situations we're in, we're handling very well. So that's what you teach your football team. This game is about adversity. If you can't handle it well, you have no chance of winning.
Next man up is the mantra around that Colts locker room as Donald Brown picks up 2 on first down. And again, Austin Collie done for the rest of this one. Got hit in the head right there. And got that one out to the 50, a 28-yard gain in the first quarter. He was groggy after that. Sitting alongside Adam Vinatieri now on that Colts bench. Javaris James is the running back, second down and 8. Tammy knocked back by Guyton after the catch for 5. Jacob Tammy, he's caught a lot of balls since taking over for Dallas Clark. They also have Tom Santee out for the year, another tight end. Not as physical, not as big out there, though, as Clark when it comes to like blocking running plays.
Yeah, well, no, more importantly, Jim, blocking pass rushers when Peyton Manning sees a blitz. Keep him in there, let him block the pass rusher so he can throw it down the field to somebody else. Different look by New England's defense.
Third and about 2. That's Tammy with the first down. And they move it over to the New England side at the 47. 15 yards gain on a third down play.
Well, they had the perfect play on that time. Tammy delays, goes across. Mayo does not pick him up. They confused who had who. There's 2 defenders there. There are 2 receivers. When they cross, who's got the inside guy, who's got the outside? That's why he was wide open.
Tammy with 3 catches on this drive as James is stuffed, maybe good for a yard.
You know, even though these running plays are not getting any yards, it gives their defense time to sit on the bench, of course. And maybe the most important thing, Jim, it keeps your offensive line aggressive. It keeps them, you know, fighting. And I think Bill Cowher said it best, too, at halftime. And it lets your wide receivers get a break and be rested up for the next pass play.
Amazing how many times these two have squared off. Not in the same division. They were up until 2001. But they keep running parallel to one another inside their own divisions, thus getting matched up again the following year. 2nd and 9. And that's Garcon off the fingertips. Chung was in on the hit and others. Now they finished from 2003 through 2007. They both finished atop their division. But in 08, they both finished 2nd. So they again got matched up the next year. Last year back to first position again. So that's why we have them squaring off year after year. 6th consecutive year in the month of November they meet. And now facing 3rd and 9. Manning from the 47 of New England. Manning on the run, throws it. Incomplete. That was Garcon trying to twist and turn around for it. McCourty on the coverage. McAfee will punt for the 2nd time today.
Yeah, no matter who you are as a defense, going against Peyton Manning, you got to keep changing it up on the defensive side. And finally, at the end of that drive, these last 2 plays, the New England defense showing some different looks. Their disguise was very good, and it caused 2 incompletions.
McAfee, who is actually their emergency 3rd-string quarterback, gets some significant hang time here, and 34-yard boot to Welker, who runs out of bounds near the 20. That was a 6-minute drive that changed field position. Brady and the Patriots lead by 7. MetLife Blend circling around the skies of Foxborough, Massachusetts, providing our aerial coverage, looking down on the Patriots home field, where New England is 4-0 at home this season. Leads here by a touchdown from the 21 to Branch in a 4-yard pass play. Wrapped up quickly by Powers.
Well, look at the passing yards by the Patriots. By the Colts. New England having some success, I think, when they're running the football. It's been productive, keeps them in really good situations, so they don't have to deal with these 2 defensive ends.
Got Woodhead in the backfield here. 2nd and 6. And a run at the Woodhead. Well, he just keeps moving for 5. He's about a yard shy of the first.
I would think Danny Woodhead gets lost behind the offensive lineman. You're a linebacker, or somebody's looking for the runner to go and attack. How are you going to find him? Standing right behind him in there. And the other thing we've noticed, Jim, I know he's small, but for a small guy, he sure breaks his share of tackles.
Broke away from Foster that time. And that's Sammy Morris converting on 3rd and 1 for the 2nd time today. Morris for 3. Tomorrow, television's #1 news show, Hawaii 5-0, a bank heist in broad daylight, and the suspects are multiplying. Hawaii 5-0 tomorrow, America's #1 network. First down for the Patriots at the 34. It's Green Ellis. Straight ahead for 3.
Tell you the other thing I've noticed so far in this game, Jim. Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, they have played, I think, every play of this game. I've been looking for them to come out against the run. Tight end to his side, Algie Crumpler. Big, excellent run blocker to tight end position.
Usually they'll shift around a little bit.
It's a different look. This Colts defense, this is not what it was 2 years ago.
2nd and 7. And that's Woodhead. Francisco takes him out of bounds, but another first down.
Tom Brady, get rid of it quick. Just did that time. The pressure defense came at him. They had the right play on. Quick out by Woodhead against Aaron Francisco, the safety. So good play. And look at that pressure get there. And that's the one thing Tom Brady said to us about the Colts defense. It's not like the one we played 2 years ago. Larry Coyer, the new defensive coordinator, he does a lot more. They're not afraid to blitz, and they play a lot of different coverages now.
Green Ellis to the 50 for 4 yards. Brady had his first 300-yard game of the season last Sunday night against the Steelers. In fact, only the 3rd time in his career where he threw for at least 350, did not get picked, did not get sacked. It was some efficient offensive showing by the Patriots, pummeling Pittsburgh in that one.
He's had a lot of great passing days against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Remember years ago, first game of the year up here, I think Bill Cowher was the head coach. 20-some straight throws to start the game.
Yeah, I remember that. Just kept going. He kept thinking, got to run it this time. No, not this time, next time. That's Branch rolling for the first down.
He knows he's got to be touched. Looks like it's a running play, but look how far the corner is off. Kelvin Hayden so far off that Tom Brady, it's a run to the left or a quick throw to Branch to the right. That's being alert, showing you're a veteran player. Get that extra yard or 2.
Yeah, he got actually 2 yards just rolling around. Had they downed him right on the catch, he'd been a yard shy of the first. Instead, he set it down, and Woodhead tackled by Powers, but another 7 as the Patriots are back in rhythm on offense.
Yeah, everybody talks about the Colts grinding out. Look at the blocking. Oh, man, Matt Light, excellent job. Connolly comes around, gets the block. Gronkowski kicks out Dwight Freeney. That's a highlight reel on how to get all the blocks, get in position, and get 7 yards.
2nd down, 2nd and 3. Woodhead again staying so low, no one sees him. Still not down. Danny Woodhead takes it home for the touchdown. What a brilliant run. Six yards to the end zone for Danny Woodhead.
He's just a tremendous athlete. A little wham block to the inside. The defense, everybody collapsed. Woodhead sees it, breaks to the outside, and he's just such a terrific athlete, Jim. Can play all the sports, the balance, it all came. We saw it all that time on that run.
Graham, good again. Back to a 14-point margin. The man who was on the Jets roster for a while, on and off for a couple of years. They cut him after week 1 this year. Patriots signed him. You got to think he's here to stay. Well, New England, the beneficiary of the longest rush of the season by Danny Woodhead, 36 yards. And for the third time in this game, they have a 14-point lead.
New England's drive, it was like a drive you would see down in the RCA Dome down in Indianapolis. Quick, short passes, run the football, keep the situations in your favor.
This kick angled over to the 14. James is twisted down. Danny Woodhead comes right off the touchdown to be the first man down the field and make the special teams tackle. The game, as it's known, up this way for the 127th time. Harvard-Yale yesterday up this way. Harvard again for the 4th straight year, the victor. Maybe this, though, is the game. So often has much to do with sorting out seedings at the top of the AFC come postseason. Manning operating down 14. It's Blair White for about 4. Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, likes to take in a college game every year. Last year he went to the Swamp down in Florida to check that out. Yesterday went over to Michigan Stadium to watch the Wolverines in Wisconsin. Wanted to see what that was like before 100,000. Now behind him, Dream On, Phil. Steven Tyler.
Yep, great song. Of course, he had a lot of great songs.
And a great roller coaster, by the way, down in Orlando. 2nd and 5. Manning with the long ball, but no one there but McCourty. Interception, New England. Garcon was the receiver on that side. Devin McCourty, the rookie, has his 3rd pick of the year. 18 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and Peyton has just been picked for the 2nd time today. What are you reading into his reaction to that last throw?
Well, I think there was a gray area between what he was thinking and Pierre Garcon was thinking, and it was a very good disguise by New England's defense. That's what caused the interception.
Green Ellis, patient, running down that left-hand side for about 5. Manning already looking at the stills of that one. Disgust, throws it away. The quarter ends 28-14 New England. You're watching the NFL on CBS. 1 touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Woodhead running it in from 36 out. But you saw Peyton as we were going to the break, Phil, and your read into that.
Well, he looked at those coverages, and you could see the disgust because he knew the Patriots defense fooled him. And all they talked about was having disguise, and they've had some pretty good disguise here in the 2nd half.
Green Ellis to start the 4th quarter to the Indianapolis 39.
Jim, let's go back and look at the interception, which could turn this game around. Peyton Manning thinks it's a 2-deep defense. So if it is, Garcon's going to run this way. But in fact, it's a 4-deep defense. And so Garcon does the right thing. And what gives it away, if you watch McCourty, who's going to intercept the pass, he turned and ran when the ball was snapped. It's a fine line, but when you're trying to dual read it, you're going to make mistakes like that.
Antoine Bethea shaken up. We'll be right back. Well, Antoine Bethea lacing up the shoes over on the Colts bench, shaken up a moment ago. Mike Newton has replaced him. Newton recovered a fumble to close out the Cincinnati victory last week. The Colts victory over Cincinnati, that is. On 1st down from the 40. Welker. Good for 9. 2nd and 1. Green Ellis has the 1st down.
They've shown enough.
Well, just when you think San Francisco's turning it back around off a couple of wins at home down big. And now it's green for another 3. Baltimore, but you got Atlanta, Tampa, New Orleans. A lot of strength there. Brady to Branch. His 7th catch down to the 11-yard line. Deion Branch, his longest of the day, 14 yards.
Really good play action that time by the Patriots. It's 2 receivers. Look here. If he's not open, look there. Tom Brady, everybody stays in and blocks. Look at that protection. And perfect throw. Good. That's how you get the football down the field against this Colts defense. They are doing a terrific job. But Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, they are very close to getting there.
From the 11, Woodhead. Buffet right back into the game, makes the tackle along with Enger.
This is one diverse offense. The number of plays that they have at their disposal now each week, it is awesome. And we're seeing it all on display here again one more time. And I've said it. Yeah, I know it might not be as exciting because the names. Randy Moss is not there anymore. But what they can do now, I believe, is much tougher against defenses than what they used to do the previous couple years when he was always in the shotgun.
And 2nd and 7, Green Ellis. Looked like there was a hole for a moment, but it was plugged in a hurry by Enger. They can pick up the first at the 1. It'll be 3rd down coming up. That's interesting what you say there. You think they got more options now?
Oh, absolutely. The fact you're seeing the toughness of the offensive line. They do run the football. They keep the attempts in there, even when it's not successful. And Jim, the play action passes. That's the difference. You know, when you play the Colts and you don't have these formations and the threat of a run, that's why they've struggled so much in the pass. They can't block them long enough in the passing game.
They've got Edelman in the game now. He's on a wing to the left. 3rd and 5. Brady. Oh, is going to Edelman. Incomplete. Through his fingers.
Yep, it happened so fast that Tom Brady lost a little bit of control of this football. And when you throw him inside like this, it's got to be to the body and hard. Boy, that was hard.
He can put a little velocity on those throws, can't he?
Yeah, that was when you're going to throw it that hard, it has to be perfect. If it's offline by 1 foot, that's what happens. The receivers are most likely going to miss it.
Shane Graham, once a Pro Bowl kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals, 5th most accurate all time from 25, and the kick is good. By the way, last year, early in the 4th, New England led 31-14 before the Colts came back to win it. Our score now, 31-14. Back with 10:23 to go here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. The Patriots lead it, trying to improve to 8-2 on the year. They have 2 games now in a 96-hour stretch, essentially. It'll be on Thanksgiving Day at Detroit. We'll have it for you. This is James, Javaris James out to the 27. 16-yard return. Home Depot SEC on CBS. Be heating up during the holiday. Friday, Auburn, and then Alabama. The Iron Bowl, they call it. A lot riding on that one. And LSU and Arkansas on Saturday. It all gets started, of course, with the TIAA prep college football today. Timmy B, Spencer Tillman in the studio. Big action Friday and Saturday on CBS. Wayne across the middle. And dives for 11. Brought down by Butler.
It's a favorite play. A lot of people around the NFL try to copy this play, and they call it Indy. The receiver coming underneath.
Tammy this time, doubled up by Mayo and Sanders. Good for 6.
And for New England in a situation like this, just be a good tackler. Don't give up the extra yards. Let them complete the short ones, tackle them, let the clock keep moving.
Knocked down by Chung. It was thrown toward Blair White. What have you seen out of Peyton today?
Well, a lot of emotion, because I think he knows the way this game, the good, the bad, the way this game unfolded early, he knew that they were going to be almost special on offense to hang in there.
Donald Brown, he has a big lane inside the 40. And McCourty finally fights off a block down the field. Brown out of bounds at the 20. 36-yard run. Garcon with that block, that late block.
Yeah, good blocking up front. Jeff Saturday gets the good block, and then just a tremendous job by Donald Brown cutting across. The last thing you would expect to give up in a situation like this is a long run if you're the Patriots defense.
Peyton to White down at the 11. So they hurry up. White, not sure he was touched, but he was.
Patriots playing the clock, but giving up that big play really changes the scenarios. If the Colts score pretty quick here, they could give themselves a chance to get 2 more possessions in this game.
Back to the ground with Brown. To the 5. Good for 7.
Good call that time, running the draw. Everybody expecting the pass. Defensive linemen playing high. They get blocked much easier.
Got a 1st and goal. And the clock running, nearing the 8-minute mark. Across the middle and pulled in with one hand. Blair White with the touchdown.
How's that? Yeah.
Got past Patrick Chung there, Phil.
Well, no inside help. A couple good runs by Donald Brown. That makes the defense think, okay, this could be another run. And really, a good job by Blair White, faking like he's going to go inside and block. That's way when he goes to the back of the end zone. Look at that. Nobody covering him.
Well, that didn't take long to cover 73 yards. Big one, the 36-yard run by Donald Brown. 2 minutes and 26 seconds to put a touchdown on the board. First points of the second half for the Colts. Mannick's 3rd touchdown pass of the day. Well, that crying you're hearing faintly from the studio back in New York. Our man Dan Marino, he just saw Peyton move past him. 2nd all time in 3 touchdown game performances.
Dan Marino wouldn't cry.
No, actually, I don't think Dan cared. Dan the man.
Yeah, he had a pretty good career.
He had a great one. Sammy Morris. Slashed at the 23. Wednesday on Showtime inside the NFL. Don't miss it. Cable's longest running show. 3 guys with an attitude. And 1 other guy.
Yeah, I smile. You know why I smile, don't you?
What's that?
Because I win all the contests.
You do?
Yeah. You know, so I'm happy.
Like picking games?
Picking games, whatever it is.
Well,
arguing.
Mike Lombardi, who also, of course, is on the show, is the guy that gives you all the picks, though, isn't it?
He helps me. I'm not you know, it's okay if you go out and ask for outside information when you're trying to make judgment calls.
Shotgun, 1st down from the 23. The lead at 10. Boy, they were coming in quickly. Freeney. And Tom just unloaded it.
Yeah, they can't sit back. They can't sit back and say, we'll give you a 1st down or 2. Nobody is deep. Everybody is up. So Tom Brady knows there's going to be an unblocked guy. So he's throwing to his left. The unblocked guy is right in his way. That's Dwight Freeney. That's the one thing we did say. This Colts defense, they're a little more versatile than they've been in the past.
We better be resilient right now. 2nd and 10. Woodhead takes the draw for about 6. had that touchdown run earlier in the third.
Yeah, he's behind this mess. You can't see him. The block by Conley, the guard. Frees him to the outside.
Got an injury on the field. Jacob Lacey is down. We'll be right back. Well, Lacey injured. Still has the helmet on. As if he wants to come back after one more snap, but maybe they won't need him if their defense can make a play here. That's Cornelius Brown in for him. Big play with 7:25 to go.
Big play, yes. I think you got to bring pressure. Looks like they're going to.
3rd and 4. Brady's pass incomplete. He went to Branch, and that was Brown, who was just inserted into the game. He knocked it out of his hands.
The Colts did bring the pressure. Good job picking it up. Gives Tom Brady time to go outside to Deion Branch. That's just good coverage.
So a 3 and out for New England. And Mesco.
Beautiful.
And to James at the 25. Spins away from the first tackle. And a hard-earned 5-yard return off a 45-yard punt. And it still has life down 10 and with the football. Hey, Thanksgiving Day will be in Detroit. The holiday tradition continues. Brady and the Patriots take on the likes of Calvin Johnson. The Detroit Lions. New England, Detroit, and a special Thanksgiving edition of the NFL Today starts it off 12 noon Eastern time here on CBS. Of course, we'll have the Phil Simms All-Iron Award winner. Fans will get to vote on that during the game. We'll look forward to sharing the holiday with all of you. Swing pass over to James. Javaris James. It's about a 10-yard pickup out of that, maybe 11.
Jim, it's hard to sit back and play that waiting game against this Colts offense. I think you got to be aggressive. The Patriots set back the last drive, and the Colts went right down the field. Look at that. They scored, got the ball back. They still have 3 timeouts and over 6.5 minutes to go.
That last pass play put Peyton over 300 for the day. That's Garcon for about 4. It's interesting. Garcon's been hurt all year, nagging hamstring, but has not been quite the complimentary player with Wayne that a lot of people thought off that sensational postseason he had that he would have been this year. Hasn't been the deep threat you were looking for in a lot of circles. There's Tammy to the 49 and a first.
No, he hadn't, Jim. And I think he's dropped some big passes in games so far this year. That's hurt him. You know, you got to look at Gonzalez. He's out with injury. Dallas Clark out with injury. And, of course, Austin Collie. Sometimes when you change the order of the receivers, the guy that's your third receiver, you move him up to second, all of a sudden he's not as good.
Back to James. And that is a wrestling move by Mayo to hold it to 3. We've got a Patriot player down. It's Mike Wright. And as the trainers come out, we'll head to a break with 5:45 to go in this one, and Indianapolis driving again. Mike Wright appears to be okay. Walked off without help to the Patriot bench, but Indianapolis, again, like we saw the last possession, moving and efficiently in a hurry, Phil.
They are, Jim. I think it's a tough position for the Patriots. Tom Brady, he knows. He's been in so many battles with Peyton Manning. You can't even watch. You just pace up and down the sidelines and you want to go. Somebody make a play. And I think the Patriots, to make the play, it's going to have to be from the blitz. Their pass rush, just 4 guys coming. They are not getting there quick enough. No sacks against Peyton Manning today.
Panther Kane ready to pounce. 2nd down and 7. Wilford drops him for a loss of 1.
Vince Wilfork is the best in the NFL when it comes to taking on blocks and then getting off of them and making the tackles. They put him on the defensive line wherever they think the other team wants to run the football.
Actually a loss of 2. It's 3rd and 9. Going sideline, and Garcon able to make the grab. He was tangled up with McCourty and got the hands free at the last second for 18 yards. And we got a little shove and a flag. It's going to go against New England as DeVan was knocked down well after the whistle. It's going to be the first flag of the game against New England.
He did get hit, but I think that was some acting job to go along with it. It knocked him down and he turned over.
It was some catch too, by the way, by Garcon.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit, defense number 95. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Called on Banta-Kane. Look at midfield.
Here it is. That's right. Look at it, midfield. Here comes the push. That was pretty good. That would have knocked anybody down.
Tully coming in to defend his teammate Warren.
But that was an excellent throw, Jim. Throw and catch. You said it. Peyton Manning threw it behind the receiver. He came back, made the catch.
Manning to the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown for the second time in this quarter. It's Blair White. 18 yards and a touchdown, and it's down to a one-possession game.
They were making these throws early in the game to Austin Collie. Then they went away from it because he was out. They threw it to Reggie Wayne. Number 15, Blair White in the slot. He just outruns Chung for the football, and it's another perfect throw by Peyton Manning.
He's beaten Chung both occasions. 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Remember the 31-14 comeback of a year ago? Now it's 31-28 now.
I do remember when you said it earlier. I said, oh, come on. 17 points down. I didn't say it. I was thinking it.
Yep.
The middle of the field open. Well, what a catch.
What a catch.
All 3 of them. The defense, the middle of the field opened up because they figured, okay, he's going to throw it to Pierre Garcon or Reggie Wayne. Nope, down the middle to Blair White.
Blair White was a walk-on at Michigan State, and his quarterback for 3 of his 4 years. He's an academic All-Big Ten player, but signed as a free, undrafted by the Colts, comes off the practice squad at Michigan State. His quarterback for 3 years there, right there, number 8 for the Patriots, Brian Hoyer, Brady's backup.
Yep.
White putting on a show in front of his old teammate and quarterback. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. We have 4:46 to go. Brandon Tate with 2 touchdown returns this season. One off the Raymond Claiborne Patriot record. He's going to run it out from 3 deep. This time not a good decision. Only to the 15. The lineup tonight on CBS, all new, and it begins with 60 Minutes, followed by new episodes of The Amazing Race, Undercover Boss, and CSI Miami. Only CBS.
You know, everything that the Colts didn't do last week on offense, when they had the opportunities, they couldn't throw and catch. Most of the time, the guys were not getting open. Well, they've recovered. More practice time this week. It shows. The throwing and catching, it's as good as I've seen.
Dean Ellis, big alley to go through, and a first down out to the 29. A rush of 14. This is the game a year ago. Of course, everyone remembers this, the stop. And Coach Belichick went for it on 4th and 2. And then Manning to Wayne for the winner. 2 touchdowns in the final 2:30 to win it at 35-34. Green Ellis On that left side this time for 2.
Well, the difference between this drive and the last drive for the New England Patriots, and now the Colts defense, because they've got to within 3, they still have the 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. They don't have to gamble. They played them straight up. But when they did play aggressive defense the last series, Jim, it worked very well for them. So that has to give them confidence. They're going to be aggressive right here, it looks like.
Sammy Morris in the backfield. Another carry between Ellis. There's not much there, just a yard. Pushed back by Philip Wheeler. So another one of those crucial 3rd down situations coming up.
A lot of these Colt defenders, they have played a lot of snaps today. The linebackers, Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis. They're all big games, but this is special. They know this could really affect the playoff scenarios.
Colts trying to win to stay a game ahead of Jacksonville in the AFC South. A 3rd and 7 here. Need to get to the 39 for the first. And Brady's pass almost intercepted. Bounced right off the hands of Tywan Hagler.
Tom Brady never saw him. I didn't see him either. Look down the middle. He's waiting for him to come across. Oh, and Hagler lets Edelman go, stops. And that's what almost causes the interception. What a job by him, passing the receiver off and then watching the quarterback and getting in the way of the throw.
Still, the Colts are getting the football back with all 3 timeouts. They yielded 1 first down on that series by the Patriots and then a stop. James with the fair catch at the 26. The 224, it's Manning to Wayne. And it's Mayo on the hit at the 30.
Yep, that's their drive starter. What a way to come out. The Indy pass, throw it underneath. They hit it at such a high percentage. It gets the drive going, gives them confidence.
And a quick look at Adam Vinatieri on the bench. That's Tammy twisting off the tackle and stepping out of bounds. At the 2-minute warning, a gain of 17, and they're already near midfield, driving for the tire for the win. Adam Vinatieri on 3 Super Bowl winning teams at New England, 1 at Indianapolis. Of course, those 2 clutch winners in the big game. He could be called on shortly. The all-time scorer in New England history, 7th all-time in Colts history. But Peyton's hit his last 10 throws. Has another first down coming out of the 2-minute mark. At the 47, they go ground. And Donald Brown gets what they wanted. Good chunk, gain of 8.
Excellent play call. Because the Colts, of course, they want to score. But take it down to the scenario. If you do, you take the time off the clock so Tom Brady will not have time to come back.
On 2nd and 2. Low pass for Tammy, unable to grab it off the ankles.
You know, the one thing, Jim, when you look at this game, the Colts, when they needed to stop on the defensive side, they applied pressure. The Patriots have not done that because I don't think they can cover these receivers one-on-one.
Got a run for the first. Donald Brown. The linesman on the far side is right on the mark. It will be a first down, or it will be 4th and inches.
You think they'll go for it? Funny.
Got it by the nose. For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. The Colts and the Patriots coming down to the wire here. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms with New England leading it at 31-28. 60 Minutes to follow after the game, except on the West Coast. You'll see it at its regularly scheduled time. Another completion. Ball came out at the end. They rule him down on the field. Garcon with the catch.
Again, the drive starter. Wide receivers coming underneath.
Procedure penalty will back up the Colts 5.
Jim, you look at this. New England still has 3 timeouts.
False start. Offense. Number 71. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And you think about that. And, of course, you know you have them, and you're going to use them if you think you need it to give yourself a chance to win the game. But so far, there's not been an appropriate time to call a timeout if you're the Patriots.
Second and 6 to Wayne. He leaps. Fails to hold on. Would have been a circus catch. And Wayne able to bounce up.
A little delayed move at the line of scrimmage. Peyton Manning looks down the middle.
Third and 7.
Good coverage by Butler, though. That's it. Reggie Wayne. Okay, here's what's going to happen.
First charge timeout. Indianapolis. A 30-second timeout.
Reggie Wayne was attended to on the field. So either he has to come out of the game for one play or Indianapolis calls the timeout. Now he can go back into the game.
That's a good timeout.
It is. Once the trainers came out and started attending to him, then inside of 2 minutes or any part of the game, he's got to hold this ball all the way down. It comes out.
Well, he landed on the football, and that's why for a moment it's like he had the wind knocked down.
Yes.
Peyton recognizing that calls the timeout. Manning, 4 times the league MVP, actually shared it one of those 4 years with Steve McNair, but this in many minds around the league has been his finest performance, playing with this patchwork squad, different receivers, skill players in every week. 2 of his top 3 running backs out. His top receiver, Dallas Clark, top tight end. And seeing him at his best here in this quarter. He's gone over 3,000 yards on the season here in this quarter. This would be some comeback, wouldn't it? 3rd and 6. And that's why you call the timeout. It's Wayne with the catch and the first down.
I haven't seen him run this play in quite a while. They used to run it against the Patriots years ago 5 or 6 times during the game. What a time to call it.
On first down, he had pressure. He got hit when he threw it. But that's Sanders with the interception. Very little pressure on the quarterback all game long. But this pass was influenced by the heat.
It definitely was. I couldn't tell if Peyton Manning was trying to throw it to the outside receiver or to the inside receiver. The pressure comes off the edge. He steps up. He has to change the angle he's throwing the football, and that change of the angle makes it go off target.
It's Cunningham, the rookie, drafted in the 2nd round out of Florida.
I think he was throwing it to try to throw it behind Pierre Garcon, and he was going to try to make him stop and come back.
Two timeouts for the Colts, but it's not going to add up the math. They were in field goal range. At the very least, it was going to be a Vinatieri moment to tie it if they weren't able to take it across the goal line.
How about that? Very little pressure all day long on Peyton Manning, but a couple times that pressure resulted, Jim, in 2 interceptions. And I think what happened there, I know what happened. His arm angle had to change so much that it just made him inaccurate. That's what happens. Pressure on the quarterback, no matter what it is. If you hinder his vision just a little bit, or if he has to change the way he throws it, of course the ball's not going to go where you want it to all the time.
Brady pretty excited here. And the Colts are not going to take that last time out. The executive producer of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus. Vice President of Production, Harold Bryant. Coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS in today's game, Lance Barrow. Mike Arnold, our director. Eric Mann, the senior producer. Director of the studio, Bob Matino. Corey Fishman and Andy Friedman, our associate directors. New England now to 8-2. Indianapolis falls to 6-4. And Tom Brady has now won for the 25th consecutive regular season game at home as he ties Brett Favre's all-time record. Well, Manning, he almost pulled off another memorable comeback against the Patriots. He had that one last year. Of course, had that epic comeback in the AFC title game, their Super Bowl winning year when they were down 18 to win it. But it was his third pick of the game, matched against his 4 touchdown passes. Trying to shrug off the pressure of Cunningham, influencing the throw, and Sanders, who had a pick and a run back against Pittsburgh last week, makes the game saver this time. Peyton knew they were in rhythm, poised to steal one here at Gillette to come back from 17 down in the 4th.
I think these two teams, they might see each other one more time this year.
I'd love to see it. And I will see you, my friend, on Thanksgiving Day.
Look forward to it.
For Phil Simms and all the crew, this is Jim Nantz saying so long from Foxborough. Enjoy your holiday week coming up. We'll see you Thursday from Detroit. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.